Hello and welcome to this basic introduction video to AutoCAD. We're starting right at the beginning and we will just have a bit of a play with some of the tools and see if we can draw a basic shape like a bicycle. So hopefully you can see the mouse with the red dot so you can see what I'm doing and where I'm clicking and see how we go. So you've got AutoCAD. I've purposely not started a new file so you can see what the first window looks like when you first start up AutoCAD. This obviously has some recent files in here because I've been working on it. Yours will probably be empty if this is your first time. But over on the left, we can open an existing file or we could start a new one. So we'll just click on New. And we have a brand new empty AutoCAD file. Now we're doing just two-dimensional drawing with AutoCAD for this sort of exercise or for this class. We can see our user interface. We have a bit of a grid to help sort of guide what we're doing. We have some ribbons at the top. So this is sort of a ribbon. It's on the home toolbar and showing us the ribbon, which is all the tools available on the home toolbar. We have other toolbars as well. This is obviously the home is where most of the stuff that you use more commonly will be. Some of the stuff like insert will have some more things, but things like inserting a block is already here on the home toolbar because we use that quite often. So just without really sort of getting into too much detail, all we want you to do is just have a bit of a go, see what happens. So we've got tools that we can choose. If we pick on something like a bicycle that most people have got an idea what that looks like. So we could start with a circle. We can draw a circle there. Circle again. Draw another one. And then we've got two wheels. So then, okay, we need to connect them up. So we can choose line. And by default, you'll see that your snaps should be turned on. So down here, as I hover over the edge of the circle, there's a green circle that pops up around the center. So what that means, if I was to click now, even though the mouse is over here, it's going to snap to the center of the circle. That's what that green, that little green circle means. So I can draw something up here roughly like my front forks. Now I don't want, well, I could now just sort of draw maybe sort of a bit of a handlebar there, but I don't want any more lines here. So escape will stop that from drawing. Then I go back and choose line again, and now I could snap to that corner. You'll see the snapping to the end of a line is a square box, snapping to the center of the circle is a circle, so it helps you to determine what you're snapping to. Do something like that. Escape again. And so now we want to sort of draw a line down through here somewhere to where our crank might be. So it's snapping to either end of the line, which we don't really want. So now let's go down over here and we have some other toolbar or another toolbar down here with some common things we can turn on and off. So some modifiers. This one here is our snap. You can see when I hover over it, it says snap cursor. It's called O snap, object snap. When it's blue, it's on. If I click on it, it goes off. So now when I start a line, it's not snapping anywhere. So I could start, and I don't know exactly where that is, so I'm going to come out over here and draw a line down here somewhere, come back up to about where the seat post might be. Again, I don't want another line from there, so I'll escape. And from here, it might not be too bad if I was to then go back down and turn the snaps back on. Then when I start a line, I can start from that intersection and we'll come down. This time I'm going to, rather than, I don't want it there or there, so I'm just going to go past the line a little bit, about there. Escape, click on it, grab the endpoint, bring it back to the intersection. Okay, so the snap tool is really, really useful. You use it all the time, but there are also times where it's sort of not your friend, so to speak, because you don't want it to snap to the end of the line. You might want to start down here somewhere. Okay, And then I could do the same thing over here. I could click on that and just bring that back to that endpoint now. So we've quickly made a bicycle. And that's the main thing this first sort of introduction video is about, is just giving it a go, seeing what some of the tools do, how you might do different things. I just drew 2 individual circles. You can see that they're different sizes. So I'll select that one and hit the delete button. If I was to select this circle and go and choose copy, then choose the center of the circle as a reference, because I want the center of the circle to end up on that point. So I'll choose the center as a reference, and then I can move and snap another circle exactly the same to there, and it'll keep going, and it'll want me to do as many circles as I want. Okay. And then the next thing is to start thinking about accuracy. I've just drawn a random circle. If I double click on it, its diameter is 900, which is probably 900 millimeters. For a mountain bike, it's probably a bit small. I don't know what size they normally are. So when you go to now start drawing something with some accuracy, we want to key in some information as we go. So if I do that again, circle over here somewhere, you can see the blue highlighted value is changing as I move. Note that it is going from the center of the circle to the edge. It is therefore a radius. And it says in grey there, specify the radius of the circle. So if we want to actually make it around 1 meter, so that if I double click on it now, we have a diameter of 1 meter because I typed in a radius of 500. So now if I grab that and choose copy, start on the center, move to the right. Now you can see I'm staying on this green line to keep it horizontal. That green dotted inferencing line. And now I could type in how far away I want it to be. Again, I don't know what the wheelbase of a mountain bike would normally be. Let's just go for 2 meters. And then I don't want any more. Escape. So I can draw that accurately as I go. If I go and choose line, center. So this time again, I could choose if I know, I don't know, let's put in 1100. And if I know the angle I want it, at the moment you can see off to the right, there's a 75 degrees. So it's currently at 75. If I push the tab button, I can now go in and enter a value. Could make it 80. And so I can start to draw things a little bit more accurately. So this basic introduction is just that. It's an introduction. Have a bit of a go. Draw your bicycle. Have a go at drawing some pedals. These rectangle tools. You can grab something and move it. You can rotate, mirror. There's a whole heap of tools. Trim, adding fillets to the corners. So it really is up to you now to have a bit of a play and try some of those tools out and see how you go. All right, thanks for watching. We will see you again in the next video.